They got a fucking stoplight, bro.
Oh, she called the police?
We didn't remove any placards now. Hello. Oh, what's up YouTube? In today's video, I'm on my way right now to one of our wholesale deals. If you guys don't know already, we wholesale anywhere from 10 to 12 deals a month in Columbus, Ohio. I don't talk about it a lot, but it has been a pivotal piece of our business over the last 5, maybe even 6 years. It's completely changed my life. So in this video, you're gonna learn how we found the deal, the marketing, the negotiations. We're actually gonna walk through the house with my project team because we're gonna do some training while we're here. So you're gonna learn a little bit about the houses themselves, the exit strategies, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be wholesaling centric. This house has a really great story as well, and some of the real side of real estate. So stay tuned, we'll get over to the house. You gotta hear this story because it's amazing. What's up everybody? Tommy Har with the real side of real estate, and in this channel you're gonna learn how I went from a 22-year-old home inspector to a real estate millionaire by all the things that you're gonna learn in this channel. That's wholesaling, flipping, rental properties, and everything that has to do with investing in real estate the real way, the right way, and the things that changed my life. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, make sure you like, and also shoot us some comments, let you know what you think of these videos. We got a good one for you today. It's a beautiful sunny day in Columbus, Ohio. It's almost the end of March. We got 72 degrees out. We're on our way to a wholesale deal that my team locked up. So a wholesale deal, if you guys don't know what that means, is we lock up a property in contract from a seller and we're gonna market it and sell it to cash buyers in our area. Last month was February. I think we had one of our best months of all time. We made $170,000 wholesaling real estate. Now that doesn't just come overnight. It takes a lot of time. It also takes marketing. So what we did to get this seller to call us was I run TV ads. So I pay about $15,000 a month to run TV ads during the news, The Price is Right, all of these different things. Rob will show you right now the TV commercial, maybe not the whole thing, but real quick what it looks like.
I'm Tom.
I'm Maddie, and this is Beckham.
And we want to buy your house. We're a local husband and wife team that buys houses in Columbus for cash. We buy inherited houses, bad tenant houses, land, mobile homes, behind in payment houses,
And even multifamily and duplexes.
And this seller called us from that ad. And the story was this. So you're always looking for distress and how you can solve their problem. So the seller said, hey, I own this house. It's on the west side of Columbus. I let some of my friends live in my house, in my garage, and they were all doing drugs, him included. What had happened was the cops were called so many times and it was such a nuisance property that when the seller was gone one day, they came and boarded the house up, meaning the city came and boarded the houses up, pinned it as vacant so he can no longer live there and you'll get a misdemeanor if you go into the house. So he called us from our TV ad and he said, hey, I'm in and out of living in the homeless shelter. I need to sell this house. What can you guys do? So Cameron, my sales guy, after a bunch of negotiating, but the TV ads, they're very quick call to contract, whereas our other marketing channels like cold calling, you gotta talk to these people a lot. There's a lot of touches that are involved. This one was a relatively quick one. So this one I think was called a contract within a couple days, and we got it locked up for $90,000. ARV on a house like this is a, I think 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,800 square foot house, brick ranch, detached garage, huge lot. It's beat up, don't get me wrong, you're gonna see it here in a minute. We got locked up for $90,000, and we also saw the condition and we knew that it was beat up, and we tried to renegotiate. So he said, hey, it's a funny story. If you bring me, he was at a shelter, if you come and meet me at the shelter with $500 cash so I can get a cell phone, I will sign a $5,000 price reduction on this house. So Cameron, my sales guy, was like, hey, need $500 cash. Sent one of our guys out. He got it signed today. Here's a picture, literally today, you'll see it kind of on the screen here, of the seller holding up the cash. We had to get the receipt of it, and we got a $5,000 price reduction addendum signed. So sometimes you gotta get out there, you gotta talk to the people, you gotta actually go drop things off, sign the contracts in person. Now we're marketing this property for $135,000. So this is a I'm assuming we're gonna sell this for maybe even more, $50,000 spread. We're gonna walk through the property and kind of give you guys what the renovation looks like. But the ARV on the property is about $275,000 to almost up to $300,000. Great spread, great deal. They're not all like this, but this one came from a TV ad. We spend about 15 grand a month to get these leads. It's expensive. So we take this very seriously.
Wacha. Oh yeah.
Gotta love it, right? So city came and boarded it up. There's the vacant tag we talked about. But a nice brick ranch. Hello. Oh.
Does it smell like? No, I don't smell bad.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Whoa, watch out for that board. It broke off.
let's see what we got here.
Okay.
A lot of debris, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of shit. That might be real brick.
Really not that bad. And
I
walls,
don't.
ceilings, a lot of shit though. The exterior is actually pretty nice. We'll walk through the outside once we kind of get a general idea.
It don't seem that fucking bad.
No.
Besides the debris, I mean, we'll have to see the basement. But
Got water in it.
We're not gonna be able to walk the basement. It's too
At
filled
all?
with shit. No, it's like 3 feet of shit.
oh damn!
Check for 85.
ARV's 275.
Holy shit! You think about wholesaling it once?
Definitely wholesaling it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm not bad. Drain on.
Holy shit.
Right?
That's fucking bananas.
You
Bananas.
see this? Ew, it's got sewage in it too.
Hey.
But I mean, that furnace,
Next to the
furnace is almost
consoles.
all the way submerged in water. That's insane.
No, because there's one on the couch.
You're bright.
This is a big ass
I mean, the
mixing
furnace.
board.
I mean, it's gotta be.
Dude, this is actually
That's 2 to 3 feet.
this is
of
actually
just-
a nice like
Wow, damn.
I think layout. You got an east and west wing, big kitchen, big lot.
Wow. Yeah, it goes all the way to that.
Fucking A,
Wow.
Back to
Back to nice. Let's assume like basic finish levels. Let's say, just so you have a frame of reference, fix up the walls, floors,
yeah.
bathrooms. So like this room alone, like what do you think? Like what do you have to do to get this thing start to finish? Like if you were building a scope of work, like it doesn't have to be super detailed, but okay.
Demo. I mean, obviously
Okay.
demo first. Rip up the carpet.
So like going through the house and figuring out okay how much debris would fill. So you got 40-yard dumpsters. How many dumpsters do you need? So you got to be able to kind of eyeball that stuff. You got these sofas are big. All 3 of them. I mean that's nearly half a dumpster right there. You got all the
Yep.
carpet. You got all the personal property.
Got
So coming
beds.
through and trying to budget for
Here you guys come.
this whole room filled with shit. The basement, you never know. We got somebody coming and pumping that out today. But you probably have, I mean, just by walking through this house, I mean, 4 to 5 40-yard dumpsters, and then you got the outside.
Oh yeah, the
You
outside's
got
a whole
another 2
nother
dumpsters
two.
worth probably. So you probably got
We only know it's in the garage.
a 40-yard dumpster is $550 in Columbus just for the dumpster, times 6. So you got
That's a bunch of
$3,300 just in dumpsters, and you got to have 4 to 5 guys for at least a full day here.
Yeah.
So then you got 5 times, let's say $20 an hour, times, let's say this is a 12-hour job. So you got, and this should be at least a $5,000-ish clean out.
Yeah, I'd say every.
And that's
bed.
just for debris.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's demo, yeah.
that's not saying like demoing out bathroom. Is that a full bath there?
Yeah.
So not even talking about bathroom remodels, ripping it out. Not talking about removing walls. So just personal property alone, you got a lot of shit. But the good thing about this house is, it seems like the bones are good.
Yep.
The windows are vinyl. I mean,
The outside looks good.
yeah, got all vinyl windows. The roof actually looked pretty good itself.
Main window right here is broke though.
Yeah.
You can replace a pack out of that.
So the place didn't get raided. We know that because there's not like holes in the walls and the windows everywhere. So you just got to get a new pane there. But like to get this room back up to where it needs to be, I mean, you got hardwood under here. You might be able to finish, but you also got steps down. Like, does that step down into the other area there?
No.
Nah, it's just
No.
update.
I think it's just the kitchen
There's
area.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
So try and do one
Yeah.
floor across the entire house if possible. So
It
that
drops
would be-
down the back.
Yeah.
The back is a lower living room.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a nice. I think it's nice.
Pretty cool.
Once you clean this out.
It just happens to be on the west side.
So like in here, we would just paint this,
Yeah.
paint all walls, fresh paint,
Well, you
new
got
floors.
You got to mud everything up. You got old leaks around so you get the chimney here that's going up out through the roof. I don't know if that would be an active leak or not. You got some old. You got an old either leak or just they didn't prime well enough, they didn't mud well enough, or it got really cold and it started to peel. So you got to scrape that down and try and patch it, and that's not easy to do there. You got to get a new front door, and the front door is custom.
So I mean, if we could save that, just put glass in it. I think.
There's no saving this fucking thing.
Oh, is it damaged
I mean,
behind?
they kicked this in a couple times.
So then we got to think about that or reframe
So
it
you
out.
would frame it out, but then you got stone on the outside, so you have to trim it out on the outside really well. So you got some sort of a custom-y door that you need to do. You got to do, I'm assuming, mostly new trim. That trim's, I guess, not horrible.
I mean, I think once it came down to it, it'd probably be like a Morel, maybe some of this, but it don't look bad.
You need all new doors. Yeah, the trim might be okay, but I mean, you got a lot of stuff like this where they were locking people in fucking bedrooms. I mean, look at all these locks. That's why they had to kick through the basement door, because that was all locked up. So, but if you can look past the shit,
Yep.
I mean, and the syringes and all that stuff, to make sure you don't step on something and stab yourself. I mean, it's really not that bad.
Hell,
I mean,
I don't think it is
the
at all.
closet's in good shape. The walls are in good shape. The ceiling is almost I mean, you just got to skim coat these. New floors, paint. That window's open, but let's see if it's a double hung window.
You got the laundry
Window's
in
good.
here.
They got a fucking stoplight, bro.
There's one. There's one. What is that?
They stole a stoplight. Like, what are you gonna do with a stoplight? That's insane.
So in here, this one's the laundry's over here. So I would turn that into a full bath. Remove the laundry.
So that's not a full bath?
No, it could be easily. They got washer and dryer in there.
Okay. Yeah, I would
So you
definitely make
want
that. I'd make it almost 2 wings. You got your
Yeah.
wing over there with what, a bedroom?
Yep. Kitchen.
So you got 2 bedrooms over there, or one?
One. So it's three to three.
It was a
One.
4-bed.
I think that's a bedroom back there. Bedroom.
Oh yeah, they're not. You're not counting.
Like
theirs.
this was a bedroom?
Maybe.
No, that's it. And there's another bathroom over there, huh?
That's a bathroom, bedroom, kitchen.
Yeah, I'd make this another full bath there. Frame this out here.
Huge.
Yeah.
Big space.
Do you need that?
New doors.
Yep.
Skim coat the walls. New floors. But overall, really not that bad.
No, it's not.
We're a drug house.
Hell no.
The guy who collected rocks.
I mean, this paneling, Tom. Would you
I would paint this paneling. It's
just
real
paint
wood.
it? Okay.
This is what I have that in my house.
Is it?
It's nice. You got to prime the fuck out of it because it's got the,
Yeah, you need an oil base,
yeah.
and they're not selling that really anymore.
So like this part of the house has like a slope ceiling going this way. So I want to look at the roof because it's clearly leaked a few times here. See what kind of pitch it has on it. Maybe a flat roof.
Yeah. Nice fireplace.
Yeah, I mean mirrored back and forth. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, layout's pretty nice.
Big ass.
So you can't get into the basement, but the walls actually look pretty good down there. Your furnace is completely submerged in water. You're probably gonna have to do new plumbing. That's a full bath. Oh wow. Hey, so you got 2 full baths on this side.
One bedroom on this side though, so it's
You don't need 2 full baths on this side.
Is there? No.
No, never mind. Sorry.
It's a half.
Yep, you're right.
Oh no, there
This is the
isn't.
only other full bath.
That's the only full bath, Tom.
Yep, you're right.
So that's a walk-in closet. So you could actually, I mean, if you wanted to, you could put a half bath, but you don't need it. Yeah, it's weird.
I would make that bathroom over there full as well.
Okay. You'd have to take out part of. Actually, you have to see it because it goes behind the wall over there.
I mean, technically, you can make the kitchen a bedroom for a 4th bedroom and put the kitchen and that for the living room.
I mean, this layout's good.
living rooms.
I don't think you're not going to need 3 bedroom or bathrooms.
No,
2.
This one and that one.
I agree.
Solid
Each
house.
wing.
And there could have been one in the basement too. We just can't get down there. We don't know. Really just cosmetic. New kitchen. Maybe make that half bath a full bath. So in here you probably got, so you got 5,000 in demo. You got to prep for paint, so drywall patching. I mean, you're gonna have what, 1,800 square foot. So you got that times, let's call it 5 to be safe for flooring. So 1,800 times 5, 9,000 for flooring, plus 1,800 times about 4. What's 1,800 times 4?
72. Yep.
3,200 for
That was
paint,
my suit.
plus 5,000, plus light fixtures another 1,500, plus your kitchen. You're gonna have, let's call it
Let me look at that
12,000 with appliances.
Yep. And cabinets.
Plus your 2 bathrooms, let's just call it 10,000 a pop. So in here, I mean, you're probably gonna have a furnace that you have to replace. There was an AC out there too.
Water heater.
AC, water heater. So water heaters, let's call it 1,500. I'm rounding up on a lot of these, but 1,500 for water heater, 3,000 for another furnace. Plumbing lines, we're gonna have another 2,500 of supply lines, I would say. So you probably got 50 to 60,000 on the inside.
And that's without even knowing really about the full condition of the basement.
Yeah. I mean, you could see a decent amount of the walls. I think it's actually rock solid. It's just either a pipe burst or something happened to where it flooded and the floor drain's not draining. The floor drain can be backed up.
And you know it's running for a while. It'd be like 4.
The seller claimed that they did some sewer work around the area for years and years and years. It never got wet, and then when they did that sewer work, everything started to back up. But let's go outside and let's check out the rest.
Man, this house, I mean, it really looks good.
Yeah, I mean, if you take off the boards on the windows, the brick actually looks okay. The front steps are really weird. They mortared the hell out of them. So I don't know if you build a front porch over it or something.
I don't know, you could.
Because if you do that, you gotta get it flush, and you may have to build the door up. But there's no way to really fix that.
Besides, you could remove them and then rebuild them. Hi.
Yeah, I mean, you could remove them and re-pour it, but it's all, like, they already did all that mortar into the stone. What I would do is I'd build it flush here to go across and just have like a nice front deck.
And then have your stairs
Just like a builder stair.
Gotcha.
So like it goes out to here and then you just build steps where it's at.
Okay, that makes sense. It saves a little bit of money.
Gutters are kind of shitty, but the roof roof looks newer.
Could be.
Does it seem like there's multiple layers?
I don't think so.
Right here above the
I
door
see it
that
right
looks
there.
like
It looks like it there, but
I think they're just coming up.
I think so too. I mean, it looks.
That side of it looks new.
The whole thing looks the
it don't
same
look
age.
bad. You got attic vents.
There's no ridge.
You don't need a ridge vent if you got attic vents.
Well, they got gable vents here.
Or gable,
There's
yeah.
shingles right there. I don't know if that's part of the roof.
No, that's just the, what do you call that, Tom? In the valley? The metal part of the valley right
Oh,
here.
like an actual,
It's like not a
like
ridge.
an actual valley flashing.
Yeah, right there.
right there.
So yeah, you don't need shingles there.
Okay.
Yeah, you can either weave them or you can do a metal flashing. New block windows in the basement. Yep.
What year is this house?
I think it was built in like the 50s.
Dude, they don't build them like this no more though.
Yeah. But really not that bad.
It's not, dude.
You got a nice driveway that goes all the way. Does it go all the way through?
No, it doesn't. It stops right here.
See the AC?
Yeah. At least the AC's there so you don't get it stolen.
You know what's
Whatever. I mean, she's got a boarded up house next to her. She doesn't give a
You can
fuck.
almost make this into a duplex.
I would paint the foundation like a white or something, because the black doesn't really match with anything else that's with the house. And then the sill's white, all this,
And then just power wash the brick, clean it.
something like that. I mean, you got some paint on the over there on the brick. You gotta maybe acid wash it off.
Gotcha.
Something you gotta kind of clean it off a little bit. And then all this, so you gotta try and scrape this off and get it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably help with a little bit of tuck pointing. I mean, your sill there is kind of falling in. You got to get maybe a new sill or at least mortared in something. But they did a lot of work. I mean, when they did the roof, they probably did the fascia. So the metal fascias and all that stuff. It looks okay. I wonder if neighbor's just going to sit there and stare and say anything. I hate that. It's like, say something. If you got, like,
I know.
She said hello.
I know, but I mean, just
She needs more.
stand there
She
and
needs to say
stare.
more.
There's some grading right here.
Yeah, fill it in.
I would say as far as the fence
Looks like a
goes,
little homeless camp right there on the side of the house.
I mean, the fence, you just got to rip it all out.
Yep. So then you got, how many feet is this? This is probably, damn, probably about 100 feet, 80 feet? Oh, there's no saving this.
No.
I mean, there's no reason
No,
to.
you rip it out.
There's like 10 different senses right here.
Rip it out and start a fire or something. But when you're in the city like that, you can't really start fires. It's gonna,
No.
cops will get called and you'll get a fine. So you got to throw it away. So that adds another, I mean, that's a lot. People don't really think about that is like the amount of, the more trash there is to throw away.
Yeah, the more it's going to cost,
it's
not
gonna
just the
cost.
rebuilding of
And
it.
it's so expensive.
So all of this fence, this
Yeah.
and the one back there behind the garage.
So the roof on the backside is flat and you can't see any of it. Damn, this house is kind of, I mean, it's big.
Is that a rubber roof?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I mean,
I don't know if you can, if it's actually slanted or the gutter's pitched down. I think gutter's pitched down and
It
then it can
is.
kind of give the illusion that it's
How do you tell it's a rubber roof?
Well, most flat roofs are rubber.
Okay.
anything
No
pitched
drain.
under, so roof pitch is measured
Yeah.
between 0 to 12.
Yeah.
Anything 0 to 2 needs to be a flat, either rubber or
Hello?
rolled asphalt, something. And then on the back side here, you got the deck that is probably built like shit on the underside. So like in a budget, I would make sure we open that up or at least look at it and see how it's built. So ripping it all apart, because you got to think like a home inspector is going to come in and, I mean, this is a structure it's got some structural integrity to it. So these posts are holding up the roof and this is rotting here. So you really got to have, yeah. So you got to look under it and see what's going on. So what I would do, just if I couldn't even look under it, I'd budget to open it all up, sister up some of the joists because it's already falling down this way. You already know you have bad deck boards. I mean, it seems like it's rotting. I'd rip it off and redo it. So rip it off and then you got to make the decision, okay, this was probably an addition at some point. So like what's the house itself going to look like where the house to the deck is? So what's that entry point look like? We can't see it, so I'm going to assume most likely the worst. It looks like there might be a patio under it. So then I got to worry about that as well. And then this siding is in pretty bad shape. So I need to do something with that as well. So I either get siding to match the brick and redo all of this. You don't use drywall outside. You rip all that down, soften it. And then I would probably just do, I don't even know if I'd rebuild a deck or if I would build posts here and just make this like a patio that steps down.
You just rip the whole thing off and just build like a little
You could.
porch and then just stairs down.
You could, but you gotta also still support this. And you gotta put
What if you just took it all off?
the whole roof.
Yeah. Like this
I
just
don't
this
know
whole part.
where and how it attaches to the house. So I mean, you could, like if you have to do a new rubber roof on the whole thing that goes all the way across, you could stop it, fascia it where the house is at, and then stop it and then do that, yes. So you just gotta figure out where and when to stop the bleeding. Because this is all shit. I mean, it's all gotta be touched. You probably gotta rebuild almost all of it. So you rip out all this, you gotta either rebuild a new deck with new like probably 6x6s holding up the roof line on both corners, and probably some. I mean, these posts are here for a reason, so these are load bearing. So you gotta put something there. Or what Isaiah was saying, he was asking, can you just take it all off? But if you take it all off, you pull it. You got like, how does the brick look behind that?
You gotta fix all that.
Yeah. But this is definitely an addition. They did this after, so like it's gonna be fine. You just gotta figure out how you repair it. Because that, I mean, you see that window. Unless that drywall is just fallen, but this was not how it was built. So you at least got, I mean, just in fence and debris out here, you got another probably $5,000. So you got 10 grand of debris removal out here, rebuilding the deck, doing the doors, painting. I mean, because look, they just slapped everything on the brick. Like if there's so much of that, can you get it off? I don't know. Like you can try and acid wash all that stuff off, but it may not come off. You might have to end up painting the brick all the way through. So we're like what, $3.50 a square foot on the outside. So you got another $6,500 just for painting. I think it's like 1880 square foot. It's pretty big. But the structural integrity, I mean, if you look at the block, there's no cracks in the corners, there's no shifting, there's no cracks through the middle of the block. I don't think, and the gutters actually look pretty okay here. I don't know if we actually pay $350 a square foot, but I think it's close to that. Yeah, painting is not, I mean, it's not cheap. And then you got the city that came and boarded up all the windows. I'm assuming that they probably went through some of the windows with the screws, so you got to probably replace some of those too. I mean, you got a ton of paint just everywhere. So I would end up painting probably this whole entire exterior, which would be kind of cool. It would look nice. I mean, I guess we could use this to go and look up on that roof. I think you got at least 80 in this thing. Let's see what we can see here. Yep, you got a nice big rubber roof. That roof looks like shit too. Yeah, a new roof. Yeah, rubber's, I mean, the rubber's actually not that bad.
The shingles.
Oh, the rubber's not bad, but the
there
shingles are?
like 4 courses of shingle they replaced really shitty. Ooh, did anybody touching that?
No, I didn't. I'm holding it, Tom.
Felt like, it felt like it was sliding, yeah. It's like up around the chimney and they flashed rubber around the chimney. So that the rolled rubber itself is actually installed pretty well. But they got that. Those shingles look like trash.
All right, I'm going up one more.
Yeah, you're good.
Damn, that does look good.
Yeah, the rubber's nice.
If it wasn't for that discolored roof or the shingles, I'd say you got a decent roof there.
Yeah, the shingles are the less expensive part too, which is okay.
Yeah.
Rubber's like 2 to 3x the price.
Damn. That looks good though.
Carbon roof was very expensive. That was a 750 square foot house. That was like a 12 grand roof. Wow. Really expensive, yeah.
And this
you gotta flash it. So like that one this one doesn't have. It's like this one goes up to the brick, so it's got to be flashed up and sealed on the side like that.
Yeah.
And then usually like they cap flash. So you know, cap flashing here. Yeah. Those need sealed. Those are usually metal. Those are expensive.
And that's without even getting up in the attic to see if there's any bad boards or water damage
here. The way that it's attached, so you got rubber going up into that. I'm sure it's leaked somewhere down in there. That's why you got that chimney leak.
Yeah, and they got that bunch of the shingles that are replaced.
Yep.
So they're probably fixing it.
You got that. You got a big ass yard. I mean, this fence is nice.
Yep.
I would just rip off that side because that side's vacant. You don't have to worry about if you're like when you're flipping. You gotta think, okay, maybe the neighbor's yard is shitty, so you gotta think about selling the house. That yard apparently is owned by the city, and it's in like a water table or something.
Oh, nice.
Probably need a new deck or close to it. Deck's actually built decent. It's got undersized like rafter boards or joists going across, but the way it's... We're looking to buy it. Yeah, the old owner's selling it. Huh? Yeah. So like you want to look at the block and see if there's any cracks through. So like if this crack was any more prominent down through and like you maybe fit a quarter through it, that means the footer at the very bottom is probably settled a little bit.
How do the cracks go?
So vertical through the block, footer settlement. Usually you need to probably do some beams, and then if you go in the basement, you want to look at the frost line. The frost line is going to be where the ground freezes, thaws, freezes. It'll start to bow like that.
You can fix it up to
Yeah, you can that's where beams would come into place, or Kevlar strips. But other than that, I mean, this place looks solid. For the AC, you can tell how old it is. This is probably 15 or so. Surprised this thing's not been stolen. Serial number 0805. So it's either an 08 or an 05. Hi. Let's board it back up and hit the road. What kind of? I mean, I would say ARV on this thing. After seeing it, it's a little bit weird. I think it's, but comps say it could go all the way to 300. So I think 275 with a nice big lot.
Yeah.
275, and I think right around. So you got 5% for realtors and closing costs. So you're down to 258 minus 80,000 of rehab. Now you're down to 178. We want to make, for flipping something, at least like 30 to 40. So let's go 40. And then, so that'll get you down to 138. We'll borrow money for that. So let's say another 15,000 bucks or so. So realistically, if we wanted to buy this and make 40 grand, we would offer 125.
But we can.
We're in contract for 85.
I know. So, and that's a what rehab? How much? 100?
80. It'd probably go a
80?
little bit over. So we've got wiggle room. You make more, or I think we started marketing it today for 85. Okay.
The
The police. I'll talk to them.
Oh, she called the police?
We didn't remove any placards now. We just removed the board.
The placard's still on the board.
Okay.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're closing next week.
You have to be in the house.
The owner said we were allowed, but I don't know if it's part of the game. At least they got nosy neighbors and call the cops. You wouldn't rather have it the opposite is worse. So to conclude this deal, I know we just talked about a lot. We talked about some construction stuff. We talked about wholesaling. But at the end of the day, something like this on this side of town, we always go for the quicker, non-risky money. So on paper, we could make 60 grand or 70 grand possibly on a flip, but you never know. This side of town, you might get broken into. There's a lot of different things that could happen. I'm just gonna sell it to another investor for, let's call it 135, make 50 grand like that. Remember, they got us from a TV ad, so we had to generate those leads with money, but you make way more money than you have to put into marketing. So if you want to learn how to flip, if you want to learn also how to wholesale, highly recommend hitting that subscribe button, dropping us a comment, and let us know what you think. That's the real side of real estate.